Hi, welcome back to Janice Converses. I'm a Christian life coach with a background of working in the psychodynamic counselling field. Today's topic is on the inner child. I remember many years ago I went to see a therapist who helped me get in touch with my inner child, my little Janice. I must admit it was very powerful and insightful. I received a better understanding of my fears of rejection and why the majority of my intimate relationships became unhealthy. Self-awareness is very important so as to make healthier choices for ourselves. Each of us have an inner child. Getting in touch with your inner child can help foster well-being and bring a lightness to life. The inner child is also noted as a source of strength, since early experiences can play a significant part in your development as an adult. Some people tend to feel nervous about getting in touch with their inner child. Just keep an open mind. You don't have to look at this child as a separate person or personality. Instead, consider them a representation of your past experiences. Try looking at getting in touch with your inner child as a way of exploring your relationship with the past. Nothing more. Approach the process with an attitude of curiosity. Connecting with your inner child can help you to be more compassionate towards yourself. And the more empathy we can show towards ourselves, the faster we can process and heal our past from unresolved childhood trauma, pain, and repressed emotions. When we get triggered by an event in our life, this always relates to some young, unhealed part within ourselves. It's the young parts of ourselves that developed beliefs of conditioned love. What I mean by this is we were raised by adults who had their own woundedness, even if they had the best intentions, and brought us up with the false premise that we were lovable and acceptable for what we did or didn't do, rather instilling in us that we were lovable simply for who we are. This means deep subconscious parts of ourselves believed we were inherently unworthy and not acceptable, and could only be worthy if we earned approval. And this was the case regardless of how attractive, successful, intelligent, or capable we thought we were. If your inner child feels unsafe, dismissed, rejected, abandoned, and unworthy, he or she is broken and damaged and is terrified about coming out to play, and instead will try to get our attention desperately to go to retrieve and heal him or her so that he or she can. A deeper understanding of your past self could also be key to enjoying improved health later in life. There are several ways you can start healing your inner child. 1. Acknowledge. Acknowledge that your inner child exists and is within you. Number 2. Write a letter to your inner self. This is a very powerful way to reconnect with your young self and expressing your feelings to him or her and letting them know it wasn't their fault, they were not to blame, etc. You can either decide to keep this letter or to tear it up at the end. Number 3. Journaling. is another great therapeutic method in healing your inner child. You can be as creative as you like. You could do drawings, poetry, do bullet points. When starting this process, it helps to establish how old your inner child is. I would like to point out here that your inner child is not your ego. Our ego is the part of ourselves that has formed as a defense mechanism to avoid going inwards to heal our inner child. Your ego is the voice of blaming and shaming, judging, and stories of victimization. In other words, the ego is your adult negative self-talk, where you self-sabotage yourself. When we have an inner child wound that we don't rescue, we then have negative emotions bubbling up. The truth is, your inner child is the defenseless, innocent angel who needs your help. Are you ready to reach out to your inner child? In the safe, non-judgmental environment of my coaching sessions, these are some of the questions I would put to my clients. First, we revisit, explore childhood memories, either positive or negative. Number 1. What childhood games did you enjoy playing as a child? Such as like hide and seek, playing with dolls, building blocks, etc. Number 2. What did these games mean to you? Number 3. Did you have a favourite outfit as a child, a favourite colour? And the next one, I would ask them to visualise a favourite toy. The next one, what was the place you enjoyed visiting? What was you doing or feeling? Did you feel lost, uncertain or alone? And sometimes I would ask my clients to bring photos to the session of themselves as a child. This can help them tap back into the emotional space reflected in the images and words of the past. Could also be a school yearbook or childhood diaries. The goal of healing our inner child is to feel safe, cherished, protected, loved, accepted, and worthy. As a result, you feel creative, generous, loving, and joyful. You also know how to speak up, honor yourself, be authentic, and how to generate truth and wholesomeness. I hope this has helped shed some light on this topic. If you believe you need guidance in getting in touch with your inner child, please feel free to contact me at my email address, which I would leave in the description box below. And you can leave a comment below if you have any questions on this topic. Until next time, take care.